What's going on, everybody? This is Bronco Juggalo, and I am doing today the 2012 film Cabin in the Woods. Written by Joss Whedon of Firefly, Serenity, and Vampire fame, also The Avengers. Directed by Drew Goddard, starring Chris Hemsworth as Kurt, yes, Thor himself is in it, Kristen Connolly as Dana, and Sigourney Weaver as the director. Our premise is a group of young college students go off for a vacation to a cabin in the woods. Basically starts out the way all kinds of horror films start out. In a secret bunker below the cabin, there is a group of technicians that torture them with supernatural forces in an effort to save the planet. Now, if you have not seen this movie, you need to see this movie. This is an awesome film. It was written as a critical satire on the torture porn that had taken over horror movies at the time. And Joss Whedon really wanted to bring back old-fashioned horror and old-fashioned slasher type films. So, and zombie film, just basically everything old-fashioned horror, because let's face it, guys, unless you're really into it, torture porn gets really old after the first film. A really cool fact about this film is that the makeup effects, the special effects, and the costumes were all done by Heather Langenkamp and her husband, David Leroy Anderson. They own AFX Studios, and they did all the work on the effects on this, and I thought that was really cool. I loved how much horror pedigree this movie has. You got Sigourney Weaver, you got Heather Langenkamp working on it. What more can you ask for? This is a movie, guys, that I have no cons to. None at all. I absolutely love this film. This is an amazing film. It's such a unique twist on a horror movie. It's not a very scary film, at least in my opinion, but it is a very fun film. It is a very cool film, and it's such a unique and original idea. As I said, I got no cons here, guys. None at all. So I'm going to give you some pros real quick. Before I do that, though, I'm going to tell you my favorite scene has got to be, two characters are going down an elevator, and as they're in the elevator, they look around, they're like, holy shit. And there's basically outside the elevator, because you can see through every side of it, there's other little elevators, other little boxes that have every kind of horror scenario you can imagine. Zombies, slashers, monsters, demons, witches, everything, insects, everything you can imagine from a horror movie is in one or the other thing. And guess what happens? They get loose. Spoilers here, guys. The reason that these people are doing this is that they serve a demonic force that controls basically the world. And if it does not get appeased with sacrifice, it is going to destroy the world and bring about Armageddon. Well, this particular group of teenagers decides they don't want to be sacrificed. They actually discover the underground bunker, and they go down and they have it out with these people. My first pro is, of course, the story. Completely inventive, totally unique, and just an absolute blast. Joss Whedon comes up with another gem here. You can definitely see his writing style in it, but it's absolutely perfect. It's so well done. Thank you, Joss, for an awesome, awesome addition to my horror collection. I love the CGI effects, and I love the practical effects. The CGI is spot on perfect in this movie. They do such an awesome job, so amazing looking. The practical effects are great as well, and it just looks great. So big ups to AFX Studios, big ups to Heather Langenkamp. My next big pro is I really love the acting in this film. There is really not a bad actor in the bunch. These guys do an awesome, amazing job. All of them. Young Chris Hemsworth in, one of his older first roles, doing a great job. The young people in the movie doing a good job. I even like the stoner character, and I never liked the stoner character. He does a good job, and that brings me to my next point, is I love the humor and the dialogue in this film. Joss Whedon, as we all know, writes great dialogue, and this is no exception. And I love when the stoner character finds the hidden camera in the cabin, and he's starting to figure things out a little bit. He's like, holy shit, I'm on a reality show. That's his first impulse. Of course, we found out that's wrong, but still, it shows a little bit of development. He's not just a pointless character. His character actually has some point to him besides just being comedic relief. They really rode that line well between horror and comedy. They didn't go overboard with the laughs, but they made a good attempt at some good, subtle humor, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Go check out Cabin in the Woods, guys. This is a definite must-own. If you don't own a copy of Cabin in the Woods, you call yourself a horror fan, you're missing out. Get your copy today. Anyways, this is Bronco Juggalo saying peace.
Motherfucker! The fuck was that? Ninja.